Hey, this is Nimbus Intuition. Now, I know it's a lot going on in the world, and I feel way sometimes when I don't express my opinion because I just think it does matter that we speak up with what's going on. Not just because it's who's in the news, it's not just because it's, um, you know, things that upset a certain community, but we should just be speaking up. That's part of what we need to do as people. It's part of our alignment journey. And so speaking up is something we have to do. Sometimes you know that you need to do some speaking up when your throat starts messing with you suddenly for no reason at all. You probably need to say something. And so, not that that's happened, but I just, I haven't been speaking up. And so, because I feel that my purpose is being that nurturer and helping folks with staying in that place where you're good no matter what's going on. I always want to tell you about doing the inner work and checking out the inner work journal podcast and going to get the journal and doing those things in challenging times because it is important that we keep our faith God's first and then we work on everything else. All right. And these times is challenging for your faith even because it's these times where some people lose their faith. You ask yourself, how can these things be allowed to go on? And it's something that happens throughout our lives. And one thing you have to remember is that because we have free will, people are able to do good and people are able to do evil. And sometimes we do get intervention. Sometimes we do get higher powers do intervene. We do have protections. We do, we get guidance and things of that nature. But taking away the will is not something I think that God will do. And so when you want to question your faith, remember that, free will, like everything else, has its positives and its negatives. And one of the negatives is those people who are doing evil get to do evil. But here on this realm we're in, we we the people can affect changes. We the people can make things happen so that life can go according to how we as a collective want it to go. Our collective energies make things happen. And so we, the people, have to do what we need to do in order to keep making that happen. So don't forget that we, the people, is the greatest few words of what we need to remind ourselves when things happen, whether we like them or not. It's a collective. It's not about one person. It's not about a small group of people. It's about us as a collective. That collective is we. All right? And so remember that. Do what you need to do. Do what you can do. Speak up. Show up. Affect change in many different ways. And so keep doing that. And so when it comes down to it, and I'm not usually political, but it's funny how these things force you into being political and not political type of thing. I try to stay aligned, and I think when it comes to politics, that also matters. I'm in the middle, and so I try not to take a strong stance either way because when you go to those strong stances, that's when you get into extremism. And too much of anything is usually bad. I can't name one thing that too much of is not good, is a good thing. Too much water, you drown. Uh, you know, too much. I'm trying to think of some things. Too much love even. You start getting to like fatal attraction type stuff. Too much too much affection can cause somebody to be spoiled. Uh, it's just too much of anything is usually bad. And so I know some people don't agree, but if you put that to anything, too much food can make you obese. Too much, um, just put that on anything, and usually, as the litmus test, you can see that too much of anything is usually bad. And so it goes back to alignment and how we stay aligned, God first, and doing what we got to do to correct change and make sure that things stay the way we want to, those things that we do want to stay how we want. And so, yeah, I'm on here to share that. Um, there were certain things that was on my mind. So those were the important things that I wanted to say. I think that with everything going on, I think that some people look at dollar signs in a certain way. And what I say to those people is, don't sell your soul. Don't sell out. Not even just sell your soul. Don't sell out your world for a few dollars. I saw this video recently that had asked what things were worth. So he asked the guy, he was like, um, if I gave you $1 million, would you take it? And of course, the guy said yes. He said, what if I said that uh, if you got that $1 million, you couldn't walk again or something like that? And the guy said, would you still take it? And the guy said no. So it's more important, it's more valuable to be able to walk. I don't think that I'm using the right analogy with what he said, but and then he gave another question. If I gave you $1 million, but you couldn't be around your family ever again, would you take it? And the guy said no. So family's more important than money. If I gave you $1 million, would you take it if you could never breathe again? Of course, the guy said no. So your life is worth more than money, right? And so he kept going down that kind of line of questioning to kind of show the person that everything is not worth what you think it's worth. So yes, we all like the idea of a lot of money, but what's it worth to you? And I think that's the question that we're getting into right now. Because some people are looking forward to the stimulus checks and the tax breaks and the this and the that are anticipated and happening. But what's that worth to you if what you're giving up is all of the work we've done as a community over these last decades, over these couple centuries, to finally get to a place where we can be together and get toward more harmony. Now we're not even there yet, but is it worth what's the worth? I mean, is it worth the what you think that you're getting? Is it worth giving that up and throwing away all the work that has been done? Is what you think you're getting in finances worth what you're losing? And so those programs that are going away or potentially going away, because everything that is done is not official until it's official. What's it worth to you? Is a few dollars worth what you're giving up? Is a few dollars worth the changes that will occur when this happens? Is what you think you're getting worth the result of this other thing that's getting ready to happen? I mean, there's so many things going on, and you just put it in that same scenario. Okay, in these next few years, I stand to make, I don't know, another, I guess for an average person, I stand to make a good $10,000, $15,000. I mean, this is the paycheck to paycheck world, right? So that's the good thing for somebody living paycheck to paycheck. But if what you're getting, that $10,000, $15,000 that you're anticipating getting, is it worth giving up the life that you have here? The community that has been here, of course, it's not perfect, but again, it's a work in progress. Is it worth what the result will be? And so that's what I think that we should all ask ourselves, especially those people who are put in positions of power, positions of authority, positions of leadership. Will you take that bribe and sell out your people? Is it worth giving up your future generation's safety, your future generation's, advancements toward harmony as a collective group for what you're being offered? Is what you are determined to stick toward that will hurt people more than help people worth the clout that you may think you're getting, the status that you think you're getting, or the inclusivity that you believe that you're getting? These are things that you have to think about. And not for anybody else but yourself, because you have to live with it. This is something that not one person can do. The changes that are negative is not something that one person can do. It has to be a group of people who do it. So I'm talking to the group of people who can do it. We the people put those people in positions to harm us or help us. Now we can continue to do that, and that's what I would suggest for everybody else who are not in those positions. You put that official there. You made that leader who they are. And so you put pressure on those people in positions. You put pressure on those leaders in your community. Put pressure on the people in your local community. Go to the capital, the leadership there. And the governor is key. We need to be putting pressure on all those folks. Not just to make noise, but to tell them what we want as a collective. And that is how politics work. All right? So that's all I want to say is what anybody's out there doing to sell themselves out, selling their soul, or selling out your folks, selling out your country, is it worth it for what you think you're getting? And so that's what I want to say. Now, everybody has a good and a bad, and I'm not trying to demonize anybody because I don't think anybody is all one thing. I think there's more to the story than we know, and some things we may not know for some years to come, because you know how that goes. Things that happen today, it'll be 10 years later before it comes out. So also take that to account. We're not here to demonize people. We are here to get what we want and our lives as a collective in the ways that we want. So continue to do that. Continue to love each other. Continue to love the people that you think are trying to harm you as well. It is love that matters in this world. And so maybe they need a little love, those folks who think that they're doing good, but they're actually harming people. They need love too. But, again, we, the people, get to decide. And that's true. And that remains true. We just have to be in that energy. Speak up, show up, and continue to do so. This is going on. It's something new every day. And every day we need to be on it. I think for the next few years, and it's not something that I'm just throwing out there, but it's so real. We need to be on some particular fast. And the fast is that we focus on the collective and the energies that we want to see happen for the collective. That's the fast. Everything else has to be put in the background. And the focus needs to be what we want to happen, we the people, what we want to happen as a collective, and focusing on that. All right, it is a fast because if we're going to go ahead and focus on that, that means, we got to pay more attention to some things that, um, we normally wouldn't want to pay attention to. That's why we put the leaders there. And that's why we put the people in positions to carry out the things that we, the people, say we want. However, if that's not happening, we got to put the pressure on. All right? Um, don't ever feel like you don't have a voice. Don't ever feel like you're helpless in a situation. It's about all of us. And you need to know that. Okay? All right. And so I won't ramble. There's so many things going on. And I have to, take my words and heed my own words and be on top of it as well. And so um, we'll see how that results for me in my life. But I'm part of we. We is us. And us, you know, is us. And right now, we just need to be the community that we have grown to be. And that's it. Spread the love, keep spreading the love. All right? And I hope everybody out there as well. I know it's challenging. It's overwhelming, I'm sure, for a lot or some people. Keep God first, do your inner work, and just be on it. And we'll see, you know, how us as a collective, can affect things in the way that we want. All right, and so that's all I have right now. I hope, like I said, I hope things are well as possible as they can be. Um, I would, YouTube University is a really good place for information as far as different avenues that you can take if there's a sudden change in your life. If the rug has been pulled from under you suddenly and you looking for answers, there are people who have answers and solutions and possible avenues that you can take all on your YouTube University. And so seek it out, search it out. There are people who are out there who can share some information um, that may help you. And so go ahead and hopefully that helps. And I'll talk to you again. Keep loving your heart no matter what. All right? Until next time, love, and gratitude.